The first day of the livestream, I rubbed a Gatling gun in my hand. It can carry ammunition and shoot birds. As a result, he was taken to the police station for questioning that very day. The next day, I made the rain-inducing pear blossom needles by hand. Once again, the police officer invited me to the station for tea. On the third day, I learned from my pain. Decided to live stream painting. Unexpectedly, the drawn-out bills could pass through the banknote detector. Was locked in a dark room on the spot. 3 times in and out. I instantly became famous. Not only did netizens remember it, even the Longo authorities have set their sights on me since then. Handspun durable rope. The Ministry of Military Industry said it was the carrier arresting cable. A fishing rod made for fishing. Academy of Agricultural Sciences also called it carbon fiber. After much effort, he finally made a 2D beast costume headpiece. The military also said it was field combat. All equipment was handed over to the state. In a fit of anger, I completely let myself go. Space yacht, quantum starship, rube whatever you want. At this moment, inside the interrogation room, I looked at Captain Lee Jianbin, whose face was gloomy. Obediently bowed his head and admitted his mistake. Captain Lee, I really didn't mean to. I'm just a craft blogger. Netizens say they want to see handmade Gatling guns. I gave it a try. I didn't expect it to actually be made. This is purely accidental. Li Jianbin snorted coldly. Just try it and it can be made just like a real gun. Do you think I'm stupid? Be honest with where you learned your gun making skills. Hearing this, felt anxious and wronged. Captain Lee, I'm pretty quick-witted. He basically mastered everything related to machinery. I really wouldn't dare lie to you. Li Jianbin was silent for a moment. He flipped through the social relations report in his hand again. He glanced at his watch. It's been 4 hours since the inquiry began. He didn't find any flaws. Could this kid really be a foolish genius? Thinking so, Li Jianbin let out a gentle sigh. Come on, the investigation is fine. You can go back. In the future, don't make firearms in your live streams. Next time, it won't be that simple. I nodded repeatedly. He patted his chest and promised. You can rest assured. My mom taught me from a young age to be someone useful to society. I would never do anything illegal or undisciplined. Li Jianbin waved his hand impatiently. Okay, you better really think that way. As for your Gatling gun, stay inside the station and leave quickly. Hearing this, I instantly looked bitter. I charged the top guy 80 yuan for this thing. Now the thing is gone. What can I possibly explain? Lend me a few more guts. I didn't dare ask the police officer for it back. After all this ordeal, by the time I got back, it was already dark. I turned on my phone. Found the back end was overflowing with messages. All of them are asking if I've come out or not. My heart warmed. There are still many good people in this world, but I didn't expect it. While scrolling, I came across a video clip of myself being taken away. He also captioned the text shocked. The handicraft blogger turned out to be a criminal. It actually received over 50 likes. More than my fans. Hey, there really aren't many good people, they're all dogs. I put down my phone and let out a deep sigh. A big brother on the list. I took all the 80 yuan payment. The money went into his pocket. There is no reason to go back. I pondered. Suddenly, an idea came to mind. If it doesn't work, I'll make a paper version for the big brother. As long as the quality is good enough, guaranteed he wouldn't have anything to say. Early the next morning, I arrived at the supermarket at the village entrance. Does Liu have craft paper? Give me a box. Liu Qiantu, who was scrolling through his phone at the counter. You're fine now. I was thinking of going to your place to see if you'd come back. Hearing this, the corners of my mouth twitched. He touched his nose. So embarrassed. Hi. It's all a misunderstanding. Okay, when will Kai come back? Liu went to the warehouse to move craft paper, citing while reading. That brat didn't even know what he was busy with. Don't even make a phone call. I nodded and successfully changed the subject. The Liu family is right across from mine. His son Gu Kai is 3 years older than me. Excellent grades and obedient behavior. In my mom's words, that's a completely different species from me. I heard working in Kyoto is pretty impressive now. After returning home, I set up my phone, start recording the video. Officially started. Hand-rolled paper Gatling wine. Because of yesterday's experience, today making it feels much smoother. First remove 6 bearings from the fingertip spinner, then make the heat sink. Glue encapsulation, steel to paper welding to glue. Before long, the hardest part was completed. Then I dismantled another drilling rig, removed the drill bit, insert the trigger into the grip and solder the wiring. Equipped with a handle barrel and magazine, I may apply black paint to the whole thing. A paper Gatling is done. I loaded a few bullets in, pull the trigger. He immediately shot out beep beep beep. I took a few photos and sent them to the top scorer. The eldest brother replied quickly, the streamer is awesome. This thing is so cool. The appearance is just as good as the one in the sky. Hurry up and ship, otherwise I'm afraid it might be taken away later. Saying the news, I didn't dare delay. I immediately contacted a courier to send it out. Then I simply edited the handmade video and uploaded it. Meanwhile, Northern Provincial Administrative Office. Junior Police Officer Zhao Xiaofeng. She was staring wide-eyed at the video I just posted. What a day he found out I was streaming Gatling guns. He thought third-class merit was a sure thing. Unexpectedly, nothing happened in the end. He felt utterly wronged inside. Whenever he has time, he keeps an eye on my account. When you see me making Gatling guns out of paper, he immediately immediately grabbed his phone and ran to find Lee Jianbin. Lee. This kid rubbed a Gatling gun out of paper again. Should we call him over? Lee Jianbin glanced at the video, frowned slightly, he waved his hand and said, never mind. As long as you don't take it seriously, just let him go. Lee Jianbin was feeling a headache at this moment. Last night, a robbery occurred in their jurisdiction, and the victim was a researcher at the Aviation Institute, responsible for aircraft carriers, research and development of arresting cables. The higher-ups were furious. A special task force was dispatched to assist in solving the case. If they can't catch them within a week, his official career was probably over. He had no energy to worry about such trivial matters. In the blink of an eye, evening arrived. Because today's video traffic is good, I started streaming again. Thinking of what Captain Lee had said, I said, treasures. How can I scoop up Gatling guns with my hands? The authorities won't let me make those kinds of items anymore. So today, I'm going to hand a rainstorm pear blossom needle by hand. In short, it's like water in a pot of oil. Livestream instantly exploded. Uncle, are you serious? Isn't this something out of a novel? That's it, brother. Don't act recklessly just because you have a little traffic. The person upstairs has some confidence in our wild brother. I've already been to the police station. It shows the craftsmanship is truly solid. Yeah, streamer. Hurry up and show one. I'm not in a hurry. Place the prepared iron and copper sheets on the table. This range, you flower needle. Let's refer to the looks from a certain Luo game. With that, he began making the leaf lotus petals and the main shaft, handles and other components. The top is equipped with 24 launch ports. Place the needle cartridge inside the handle. An automatic compensation structure has also been designed. Just shoot the first batch of silver needles. The later autofill allows for rapid firing. Soon a delicate rainstorm pear blossom needle was completed. I waved the finished product in my hand and smiled. Treasures, from now on please call me the leader of the Tang sect. In the live broadcast room, the audience was completely stunned. I'm really good at being a streamer. This is also outrageous. Honestly, are you from another world? Launch one for us to see. Yes, let's do it. I struck a cool pose. No problem. I'm exactly on this idea. Saying this, he took the pear blossom needles and went to the courtyard. A wooden plank was placed 10 meters away. He pressed the mechanism with an extremely cool posture. In an instant, 24 silver needles fired simultaneously. Firmly nailed to the wooden plank, the live stream room was filled with exclamations. Oh my god, the streamer is serious. I'm completely captivated by his handsomeness. The Tang sect master was above. Please accept the bow of the younger brother. Gift effects instantly flooded the screen. I was so happy I couldn't stop smiling. Bosses, just mean it. Just as I was feeling happy, suddenly a rapid knocking on the door interrupted everything. I walked toward the front door looking annoyed. Here it comes. Don't knock and it'll break it. But just as the door opened, 2 police officers rushed in. Without a word, he pinned me against the wall. It's not the case. I turned my head to look. It was Zhao Xiaofeng. You just warned me yesterday. Today we are doing a heavy rain on pear blossom needles. Never changing after being taught over and over, huh? I looked wronged. Yet proclaiming his innocence. Captain Lee said they couldn't use firearms. I didn't do it either. No weapon works. Hurry up. Bring the evidence and come with us. This scene happened suddenly. The livestream room has once again surged in popularity. The streamer is awesome. Zosun entering the palace for the second time. This streamer must have been targeted. Otherwise, how could it have arrived so quickly? Unexpectedly, the Tang sect leader actually said his farewell like this. Congratulations to the anchor. 3 prison meals a day. At that moment, Zhao Xiaofeng let go of me. He quickly ran to his phone. Treasures, wait for me to come back. After saying that, he turned off the live stream. Holding the pear blossom needle, he obediently got into the car. Within the administrative office, I shrugged my shoulders like a quail explaining. Police officer, I just want to make something fun. Just to attract fans. Besides, this thing is a fictional weapon. I don't know and can't do it. Captain Lee only said guns can't be made. He never said this was impossible. By your logic, we're still the one at fault. No, definitely not. Hao Xiaofeng snorted coldly. At that moment, the staff brought the test report. He glanced at it. His face instantly darkened. This thing's a deadly weapon. It's almost on par with old-fashioned pistols. Which craft blogger can make this? Hao Xiaofeng began to doubt the previous investigation. Honestly, what did you do before becoming a blogger? No, I just graduated this year. She had always been a student before. No, you studied mechanical engineering. Logically, there is no shortage of work. How could this be done? Hearing this, I immediately got excited. Nabs, you must have graduated and entered the system, never looked for a job. There is no normal situation in the company now. 6,000 for a job posting and 3,000 for an interview. And performance is important. The most outrageous part was that I ran for 2 hours for an interview. Her actually asked me if I worked for the money. Finally, I had a chance to complain. The more I spoke, the more excited I got. Until it was interrupted. Stop. I get it all. Don't touch these things again. This is the final warning. Sign and go. I was forced to sign. Bite one's tongue. I want to get the pear blossom needles back. back. After all, he hadn't had enough fun yet. Zhao Xiaofeng saw through my thoughts. He waved his hand and said, "Don't even think about anything else. It's too dangerous. It cannot be left in your hands." And so my second piece was detained again. At this moment, Li Jianbin hurriedly returned. Seeing me, I was stunned for a moment. "Why did you just get here today?" "Here we go again today. Don't wait for me to speak." Zhao Xiaofeng briefly reported the situation. Li Jianbin said seriously, "After hearing this, you kids should pay attention in the future." Go back quickly. After saying that, he hurried away. It looks busy. I didn't think much about it either. Hurry home. He felt a bit helpless inside. Fortunately, it made her popular. It's also a blessing in disguise. I happily posted a message that the live stream will proceed as usual tomorrow. Then lie on the sofa scrolling on your phone, completely unaware that danger was quietly approaching. This moment, on the national highway in the northern province's suburbs, a thrill of speed and passion is unfolding. Several police cars were chasing a broken van, but even though the robber in the car floored the accelerator, the police cars behind them drew closer and closer. Saying this bandit, he was ruthless. He drove directly into a nearby residential area, then he threw the van away. He ran for a long time, immediately flipped over and entered a family's courtyard. Now there's nowhere to run. He could only see if he could hide for a while. Meanwhile, I also heard the blaring sirens of the police cars. Judging by the sound, there were at least 3 cars. No one knows what kind of thief he is. The police officers rushed to mobilize such a large force. I kept playing on my phone without a care, but the more and more something felt off. Why does the siren sound seem to be getting closer and closer to me? I was instantly jolted awake. Could it be that they changed their mind and came after me again? I hurriedly got up, planning to go outside and take a look. Just opened the door. A dagger was pressed against my neck. "Don't make a sound or I'll kill you." I obediently raised both hands. "Tell people outside." They forbade anyone from entering. I hurriedly obeyed. Outside, they were preparing to rush in. The Shushu group instantly stopped moving. Gritting his teeth, he said. The people inside listened. "You are already surrounded. Surrender quickly. Strive for leniency." A trace of ruthlessness flashed across the bandit's face. "Do you think I'm an idiot? Surrendering would be a dead end. Listen. Up. I have a hostage in my hands. Arrange a car for me right away. Let me leave here safely. Otherwise I'll kill him right now." Outside, Li Jianbing's expression turned cold. He calmly instructed the team members beside him. "First prepare a car," as he said. "Prepare the sniper for positions." I'm not idle either. He's been trying to figure out how to save himself. I still have some role now. "But if you get in the car, I can only count on the conscience of the bandits." "But he's a bandit. Conscience is such a thing, ha ha ha." Not long after, another shout came from outside the door. The police had already prepared the car. I glanced at the arms the bandits were holding around my neck. Now, just as the bandits were pushing me toward the door, my eyes darkened. The right hand grabbing the bandit's arm. He pinched the hemp tendon with precision. The bandit let go of his arm with a sound. Before the robbers could react the next second, I grabbed the bandit's other wrist and twisted it hard. The bandit's arm was instantly stripped white. Outside, Li Jianbin and the others heard the shouting. Panic filled his heart. He immediately arranged for people to climb the wall and prepare for action. I calmly twisted the bandit's arm. I casually picked it up and placed it at the door. The system bought the steel wire rope for hauling goods. He directly tied the robber like a worm. The bandit's forehead veins bulged. "You damn well have no sense of martial ethics." He actually pinched my roots. Shamelessly, "Do you dare to have a formal match with me?" "Are you telling me a joke, shameless? If you secretly switch my wives, I wouldn't be shameless." The words fell. 7 or 8 police officers climbed over the wall at the same time. He instantly took control of the situation with his gun. Just as they were preparing to confront the bandits, he saw him tied up, a lone and brave bandit on the ground. Everyone looked at each other with admiration. His face was full of shock. At that moment, Li Jianbin also pushed open the door and walked in. I smiled and called out to Li Jianbin. What a coincidence. "Captain Li, we meet again." Li Jianbin breathed a sigh of relief first, then looked at the bandits, looked at me again and exclaimed in shock, "What's going on?" "Hey, everyone's tied up for you. I didn't expect you to have this ability." As he spoke, he waved to the team members beside him. "Have someone bring the bandits away." Once I got in the car, the bandits glared at me viciously, gritted his teeth. "If I come out, it will definitely kill you." In front of the police officer, "You dare to threaten me?" Simply lawless. "Captain Li, you must interrogate him thoroughly later. I don't take you seriously." Li Jianbin waved his hand again. He told the team members to quickly escort him onto the vehicle. He immediately looked at me. "Looks like I have to have you come with us again." "Don't worry, this time you'll definitely get some tea. Wait until the record is finished. I'll have someone escort you back." They arrived at the security office. Li Jianbin ordered the criminals to be taken to the interrogation room. He immediately went in for questioning. My statement was made very quickly. Mainly I asked about the situation. Zhao Xiaofeng heard me pinch it. The bandit's tendons nearly broke in pain. "Not bad. I didn't expect you to still have courage and strategy." "All right, I'll take you back in a bit." I thought about how I wasn't a suspect this time, so he mustered up the courage to ask a couple more questions. "What crime did this bandit commit? It probably won't come out anytime soon." I was really afraid he'd retaliate. "Don't worry, couldn't get out." Zhao Xiaofeng patted me on the shoulder upon hearing this. "This person had a death sentence a couple of days ago, and also a researcher. There will definitely be heavy sentences. Come on, I'll take you back." I shivered. Wow. He's actually a criminal who is a gay criminal, too, who had just reached the entrance of the hall. A police officer hurried over to stop him. The rope could not be untied. Let me help. I waved my hand dismissively, unconcerned. If you can't untie it, then just cut it off. I don't want that rope. We didn't cut ties. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come all the way to find you. Captain Lee and the others were waiting for interrogation. But the rope never came untied. Hurry back and help with it. Hearing this, I suddenly remembered that coil of steel cable. It was refined when I was holding goods before. It is woven from special steel wire. When I bind bandits to prevent him from breaking free, though he casually tied a deadlock. Thinking of this, my heart skipped a beat. Broken. In the interrogation room, Li Jianbin was angrily struggling with the rope. They saw me following the young officer inside. He said irritably, "How afraid are you that people will run away?" He needs this kind of steel wire rope. Hurry up and open it for me. I told Xiao Weven to hurry forward. In no time, he untied the ropes that had troubled everyone. Sorry, Captain Lai. I made up my own knot. Most people find it hard to unravel. Okay. Go back, quickly. Stop messing with your stuff for no reason. I nodded repeatedly. He fell asleep right after returning home. I didn't climb until 2 a.m. the next day. Get up and open your phone. Notice that there was a heavy rain on a day with pear blossom needles. The video views have already reached 1.5 million. I happily scrolled through my phone. So this is what it feels like to go viral. Really nice. But suddenly, something occurred to me. He silently muttered in his mind, "Tonksi, what rope am I using? It is an ultra-strong and resilient rope. They are the best choice for tying up people holding goods or hanging themselves." Hearing this, I silently pinched my philtrum. That's why I don't like using this system. It just doesn't feel very serious. I shook my head. I bought another rope from the system. Upon closer inspection, he found that the rope was used. The materials and weaving techniques are very special. Back then, it was just to haul goods. So I just bought a bunch from the mall. After used, it piles up dust at the door. Unexpectedly, they hadn't even cut it with their knives. Seems to be a good thing. I'll study it carefully when I have some free time tonight. Then I set up my phone and got ready. Such good live streaming traffic can't be wasted. Sure enough, as soon as it went online, the number of viewers doubled compared to Tian. Hey, the Tang sect leader has arrived. Uncle, what crafts are we planning to do today? Do you want me to help you get a Momo Zero in advance? Watching the netizens teasing, I touched my nose and said, "The things you guys scrubbed a couple of days ago were too dangerous." The police officer told me to take it easy. We are law-abiding citizens. He didn't dare to do it anymore. Everyone in the live stream heard this. They all laughed and said, "What is the streamer afraid of? Well, go ahead and do it boldly." I heard that everyone inside is talented. It was the perfect opportunity to apprentice and learn a craft. The streamer's martial arts skills are no good. They're the ones who came to write. Singing, dancing, writing, and painting. Whatever you know, do whatever you want. Yes, I just want to watch the drawing. Generally, those who can draw by hand have good skills. What garbage. Hazo, the strongest handicraft blogger. What would he know? If you have the ability, rub some mane by hand and see. Just as everyone was turning their tongues, suddenly a discordant comment appeared. Who is this upstairs? Isn't this just making a fight? Netizens really guessed right. This person is here to cause trouble. This person's name is Sun Haoyu. There was some small money at home. He could be considered a second-generation rich kid. I did nothing all day. I just like to be a judge online. Feeling awesome except myself. Everyone else is just little trash. Especially when you see me in my live stream. Hanging signs saying anything can be rubbed. Son, how are you? Was even more energetic. Say something. Aren't you supposed to be able to scrub anything? What's wrong? This is not good. I smiled at the barrage of comments. Yes. How can a man say no? But what if I rub it out? If you rub it out, I'll tip you 2 spaceships. But if you can't get it out, just take down your signboard. He openly admitted that his cooking skills were lacking. I'll take this job. Everyone in the live stream saw that I was provoked. He said disappointed that he hadn't lived up to his expectations. This streamer is really foolish. I've seen Sun Haoyu on several streamers. This guy is the ultimate contrarian. What are you competing with him? This guy is basically useless. Slipped away. I ignored everyone's anger. Find things like paint, watercolor, and other things in the corner. He then pulled out a 100 yuan bill from his pocket. So I started drawing according to the pen, from size to color, then to texture. When necessary, they even bring in magnifying glasses as assistants. Watching the outline gradually become clearer in my brush, the netizens began to exclaim in surprise, "I'm a bean. Bro, you're serious? This is really a few rubbing the horse inside. Wow, this really makes me look forward to it." I calmly carved out the details, slowly adding color. Soon one of them looked different from the soft girl coin. The coin was identical and appeared before everyone's eyes. I thought about it. He then took out paper and pen again and began painting. Netizens were a bit confused. Why is this guy starting to redraw again? Could it be the back of the painting? But the front is already sufficient. This guy is really meticulous. However, as everyone watched, sensing something was wrong, it was actually a beautiful knife. Looking at the shocked exclamation marks in the comments, I stopped and explained helplessly, "Friends, it's not that I don't want to draw soft girl coins. Afraid I'll finish drawing everything." Then the police officer invited me to the station to drink compensation tea. Then I'll finish the second child. With that, I continued my hand-to-hand homework, from color grading to texture, and then to the details of anti-counterfeit counterfeiting. I originally planned to stop here, but thinking about Sun Haoyu, who is the ultimate contrarian, to make sure he couldn't find fault, I also applied some light-changing ink on top. Finally, I even introduced a personal portrait anti-counterfeiting label. This guy was probably using color-changing ink just now. Pouring it so vividly is reckless. It's not that the streamer is anything but ordinary. There must be some hidden identity. I had an ominous premonition. I do not know whether I should speak of it or not. The live comments kept refreshing, but I immersed myself in my own creations. There is no time to take care of it at all. More than 2 hours later, a beautiful knife as vivid as a tree was finally completed. Livestream room was filled with new PN 666. Damn, the money on this bill is almost indistinguishable from the real thing, bro. Why not try to develop a side hustle? It feels very promising. Wait, where is Sun Haoyu? Came out to get beaten. Sun Haoyu watched as the voices in the livestream grew louder and louder. He couldn't keep pretending not to hear. But if you want him to give up so easily, then why bother arguing? He pondered for a moment. Comments were sent again. I'm talking about money, the kind that can pass through the banknote detector. In this case, I could easily draw any student from an art academy. Alright, no wonder he's the ultimate among the top contrarians. Even this is a bargain. I'm honestly speechless. Honestly, I want brother Yi to try it too. Not arguing. Simply because I think Yiji's drawing is just too good. You all just watch the drama and never tire of the drama. If this passes, Yiji has to go in. But I also want to see Yiji give it a try. Watching everyone in the chat, I was a bit tempted too. As a fan pampering streamer, I have to meet the demands of my close friends. Brothers, I will take you to the supermarket. I took the painted American dollar to the supermarket at the village entrance. He just didn't know about the Liu family. Can the banknote detector be able to pass us dollars? Arrived at the supermarket. Liu Cheng was watching dramas at the computer. Seeing me holding my phone, I smiled. So he is doing your live stream again. Liu, can your family's bill detector beat us bills? I borrow your bill detector to use for a bit. Us dollars are fine. I bought this bill detector from Pindu CD. They say it can live on several countries worth of money. That's great. As he spoke, he pointed the camera at the bill detector. Friends, I'm getting started. Then he placed the US dollar in his hand at the cash inspection slot. Everyone in the live stream was present, waiting for the bill detector to sound the alarm. But the bill passed through the detector in one swipe of the swipe. No lag at all. There was no alarm sound. For a moment, not only was everyone in the live stream dumbfounded, even I was stunned. What's the situation? I picked up the US dollar and checked it several more times. Every time it was a smooth pass with a single swish. Liu saw that I had checked several times. A bit confused. Zhu Ye, is there something wrong with this money? Why do you test so many times? I'm convinced I tested it again in the end. Still no problems. Liu, are you sure this bill detector is spinning? Hey, you little brat. My bill detector is a branded one. I've only used it for a few months. There can be no problems. Hearing this, I looked like I was about to cry but had no tears. Liu is finished. The money detector could check the bill. You little rascal, you kiss so mysteriously again. If it can't be tested, then it's fake. Why do you still want to make fake ones to scam people? The viewers in the live stream were completely convinced. If it weren't for this American sword painting being in the spotlight, I even suspect the streamer secretly exchanged real currency. Darn streamer, you're in trouble. I was a bit flustered too. He was pondering how to explain it. Livestream instantly went black. I was forced to log off. The livestream was terminated. What's wrong, Suyi? Liu is finished. I drew this money. I didn't expect you to have this kind of talent. Our Suyi is really something. He will surely become a great painter in the future. Liu. His eyes were full of admiration for the younger generation's success. I sighed softly. Stepping out of the supermarket, just walked out of the store. I saw Zhao Xiaofeng walking toward me with a fierce aura. Can't you just calm down, kid? Every day he brings new ways and causes trouble. Go by yourself. So can I still go home this time? I can't say this. A familiar interrogation room. Li Jianbin looked serious. Yes, you boy. It's a long ability. Illegally manufacturing guns is not enough. Now they even started minting coins privately. Not giving up on the cabbage stir-fried with meat inside, huh? Captain Li didn't even have that happen. I really just drew a picture. Just grabbed the paper casually. Who would have thought it would actually be tested? Man, you still have a point. Look at what you've done, Chu. The live stream came 3 times in 3 days. No, I think you shouldn't go back today. Otherwise, I'll have to come back tomorrow. Save us the trouble. Suddenly, something occurred to me. Captain Li, could it be that the bill detector is malfunctioning? The words just fell. Li Jianbin said, I've already switched to another bill detector for inspection. It was not about the bill detector at all. Hearing this, he tugged at his head, looked utterly dejected. How could this painting be inspected? Could it be a beautiful country's coin? The anti-counterfeiting technology is not very good. Li Jianbin was almost laughing in anger. Finally, he helplessly pulled out some documents. Come on, fill in all this information. Register at the office. From now on, whatever you do won't matter. I nodded vigorously. He quickly agreed. Very cooperative in filling out the information. Once all the procedures were completed, Li Jianbin put away the materials. He waved at me. Leave your words and you can leave now. I sighed quietly. 3 consecutive days of work were not recorded. In the office, Li Jianbin smiled, holding the American knife. As long as this kid doesn't go astray, he will definitely make a big difference in the future. Isn't? I've never seen anyone who can make money draw it. The key is that it really can enter the cash detector. Captain, how are we supposed to handle this money? Li Jianbin placed the dollar in his hand on the table. I've already reported it to the bureau. I'll bring it over later. The two were talking. Suddenly a police officer ran over and said, "The people from Captain Li's research institute arrived." Hearing this, Jianbin immediately stood up. He took a dossier out of the cabinet behind him. Striding toward the reception room, he saw a middle-aged man sitting in the reception room. Saying Li Jianbin arrived, he stood up and said, "Captain Li, right? I am Shen Jingjian from the research institute. Let me take a look at that case and take the remains of the deceased colleague back with you. According to our current survey, this person took a sum of money from others. That's why you targeted that researcher from your research institute. The person transferring the money is from China. But this man had a superior at hand. He was very cautious. According to our speculation, should be foreign forces. These people actually dare to hurt people in our dragon country, and even borrowed the hands of us people from Longview. People who betray the country for personal gain are always prisoner. We will definitely catch everyone we meet. Thank you for your help this time." As they spoke, they prepared to leave. At that moment, Shen Jinjian suddenly noticed something nearby. A rope was placed under the promotional rack. Instinctively, he bent down and picked it up. Recently, the institute has been studying arresting cables. Now that he sees the rope, I want to pick it up and take a closer look. At first glance, it was no big deal. He really did see a difference. The woven texture of this rope is quite unique. At least it was different from anything he had seen before. So he turned to look at Li Jianbin. "Captain Li, where did you buy this rope? This is for kidnapping disciples." As he spoke, he brought up what happened yesterday. After briefly explaining it, Shen Jingyan was a bit surprised to hear this. "Say so, that many disciples were captured by that young man." Li Jianbin nodded. Following the topic, he kept me in and out 3 times. He told Shen Jingyan about his deeds. Then he worried about the path in his heart. Hey Su Yi is a talented kid, but I was really scared too. Other young people followed suit. That's troublesome. Just relax. Such people are all talented. If others wanted to learn, they would have to have the ability. I'll take the rope back and take a look. If he comes looking for you, he contacted me directly. On the other hand, after returning home, I checked the time. If you live stream, it's already too late. So he went straight to the workspace. He started researching the rope he bought from the system, even with the system's bonus basic principles. Wanting to replicate it myself is not as simple as imagined. I've got a bad habit. Whenever a difficult problem arises, they throw themselves into it wholeheartedly. Or succeed yourself. Otherwise, it's hard to stop. The next time, I almost forgot to eat and sleep as I worked with the rope. Finally, after more than a dozen rounds of formula adjustments, the hardest part of the material was tackled. Next, the twisted woven coating is performed, and other complex steps. Finally, I looked at the one in my hand. The system exchanged for the same rope. I felt as if every pore in my body was refreshed. After yawning, he collapsed. I was sleeping soundly on the sofa. After waking up from a nap, I opened my phone for the first time in a while. Log in and check the private messages. Completely dumbfounded. All of it was for me to take care of myself inside. The strongest handmade blogger livestream. Hand rolled us dollars of the power to succeed. I shook my head helplessly. Immediately started a livestream. The number of viewers in the livestream room increased rapidly. I'm going. Streamer, you're out so quickly. I thought you would last at least 3 to 5 years. Yeah, tell us the truth. What did you do before? You really don't look like a proper person. Streamer, I'm currently in the United States. How about you draw some US dollars and send them over? Let's go into business together. I smiled as I looked at the live comments. Let me explain it to all the friends first. I didn't go in. He only made a record with his uncle. I've been busy with some new things these past few days, so I didn't even have time to start a live stream. And I'm a decent person. We don't do anything that violates the law and discipline. As everyone was chatting enthusiastically, suddenly a rocket shot into the sky in the live stream room. My eyes lit up. Thank you, big brother. If you have any hopes, just say the word. Anything I can do will never refuse. Host, I'm a drone enthusiast. Can you make a drone by hand? As long as it can be rolled together, I'll send you another rocket. Saying this, my eyes grew even brighter. This isn't a big brother. He was practically the god of wealth. God of wealth. Eldest brother, what do you want? I see netizens calling you the hand-rubbed king. Help me keep an eye on it. As long as I make it that can fly, I'll accept it. Good. Don't worry, big brother. I've actually thought about drones before. I'll make you a delicate little one. It's convenient to carry and easy to operate. With that, I put down my phone. He hurried to the workroom, pull open the drawings of the tunic. From inside, I pulled out a picture of a bionic drone. This thing was when I first bound the system. The system includes a newcomer gift pack. It is essentially a flying device modeled after birds. At the time, I found it boring, so I made an infrared module, thinking about adding some features to the drone. But afterwards, he was busy with other things. The infrared module has been made. It's the bionic drone. I never had time to scrub it. Let's try it today. Excited, I took the blueprint and started making the mold. He pointed the blueprint in front of the camera and said, "Hi Ons. Today, let's make a bionic drone. This drone looks like a bird. Inside it contains all the essential functions of drones. And to prevent boredom, I upgraded the drone. Liao Liao has selected a large ring to enhance functions such as reconnaissance attack and concealment. It features such as reconnaissance attack and stealth. The body size is about 20 centimeters. Its appearance resembles a woodpecker. These birds are relatively common, better concealment, and absolutely silent. Very nice." In the live broadcast room, everyone saw the blueprint I had presented. Each of them said with a cheerful smile, "Ankar, you're not bragging. Are you sure you're talking about drones? With you, this map doesn't really reflect the quality." Rocket Bro looked at the blueprint in my hand. He couldn't help but furrow his brows slightly. The blueprint does have a bit of lacquer grass. It does look like it on the outside, but there was absolutely no internal structure or anything like that. With years of experience working with drones, it's almost certain this streamer is just trying to boost the live streaming effect. After all, if someone really had something that powerful, then he wouldn't be a streamer anymore. Go directly to the research institute to serve the country. So he thought for a moment, sent a barrage of comments. "It's okay, Ankar. All you need is to make a drone that can fly. I can accept it." I looked at the chat and replied with a smile, "Don't worry, big brother. Since I received your money, it will definitely not disappoint you. Tell me, I'll bring out my own miniature machine tool." Officially started. Soon the fuselage section was ready, and I assembled 2 linkage machines at the wing area, enabled drones to simulate bird flight dynamics. Then the motor and aircraft are installed to proceed. I'm in the live stream. Everyone looked at the half-finished product in my hands. During the debugging process, it actually flew up. Everyone was dumbfounded. If you're not a streamer, you actually get it. I smiled. He then disassembled the surveillance cameras at home and said, because it was a temporary hand rubbing, I also want everyone to see the finished product today. So for some parts I just robbed Peter to pay Paul. This HD camera at home was also something I used to fix. Better storage than what you find on the market. Actually, no one in the live stream room objected. After all, if you set up a camera in the live stream room, so how long will this live stream be broadcast? Meanwhile, inside the research institute, I originally wanted to do a simple test. Unexpectedly, this seemingly inconspicuous rope, whether in terms of toughness or tensile strength, all of these are truly breathtaking. Researchers said excitedly, "Deputy Director, where did you get this rope? This value, compared to the data we've tested before, it's much better." A few days ago, I went to Captain Lee's place. I saw this rope. He said it was brought by a young man named Su Ye. I thought the weaving technique would be a bit special. I didn't expect this rope to have such good data. Let's quickly test further. See what his limit is? Everyone nodded emphatically. Testing continues. After increasing the pull force by 8 times, only then did the rope begin to break. Everyone present was so excited they could hardly contain themselves. Some were even moved to tears. The barrier cable is now promising. 6. Yes, the total data power of this cable 927 kV. This is very close to the interceptor data we wanted 927 kV. If it were a bit thicker, it definitely wouldn't have to be a problem power 927 kV. Since this time, the entire research institute was shrouded in gloom. Since the aircraft carrier was completed, the arresting cables became the institute's biggest challenge. However, the United States implemented a technological blockade. They tried for a long time but still couldn't get it. Originally, a researcher responsible for this technology just made a breakthrough, but before he could carry it out, he was killed. Entire research institute was left speechless. After the excitement, everyone turned to look at Shen Jinjian. "Director, could you ask Captain Lai? Is there any contact information for Su Ye? Ask where he bought it?" Shen Jinjian nodded. Just as he was about to call Li Jianbin, at the moment he pulled out his phone, he suddenly thought of something. Instead, I downloaded a live streaming app. Then he typed the words, Su Ye. He really did manage to find it, and it's going live. At this time, in the live stream, my drone is almost finished. For aesthetics, I made a special trip to the neighbor's chicken coop, borrowed some feathers from the hen, stuck to the chicken, and it was dyed green. Hi-ons. Nowadays it's impossible to get a realistic feather, so I'll just make do with chicken feathers for now. In the live broadcast room, laughing so hard you're a wolf made the audience frown. "Host you, bionic drone." I squinted and it still seemed like it was so, but looking closely it's really a pain. Laughing so hard you look like a butt, it's really eye-opening. Yeah. Is this look meant to make enemies laugh to death? You're the king of hand rubbing. Ha ha ha. You have a hand-rolled King V. The chicken feathers posted here are really messing around. Looking at the complaints in the chat. Oh good, I laughed nonchalantly. Don't worry guys, I'm just in a hurry, aren't I? Alright, let's take a lap around it first. Saying this, he picked up the remote control handle and began operating the drone on. In front of many netizens in the live stream, the drone's wings covered in feathers slowly flapped. It flew to the phone camera and did a 360-degree rotation. At the same time, I cheerfully introduced them beside me. In fact, this drone can be equipped with many additional functions. If only they had installed some micro bombs inside. In future battles they can fly into enemy camps. That would be truly spectacular. Netizens were all amused when they heard this. Ha 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 ha. EJ was just tired of life outside. I want to go in again. But have you noticed? This drone really matches what the streamer said. Almost no sound. Yeah, I didn't hear anything either. Could it be that everything EGE said before was true? Impossible. Maybe it's just that it's far away. I saw someone in the comments notice this point. He said with a proud smile, "Don't believe it. What I said is true. This drone, it really is silent." And I also added a bird simulator to it. It can mimic the movement habits of birds. He spoke while operating the drone. Bird's head rotation was somewhat stiff, but it was enough to shock the viewers in the live stream. Then he demonstrated the infrared camera mode in front of the camera. Then the tone shifted to, "But by the way, this steel woodpecker green also has a free power supply motor, able to quickly capture solar and wind energy. No need to worry about battery life." As he spoke, he sighed softly. "For some mechanical movements, cause time is limited, this is the only way to do it. If it takes another month, I can optimize it to be smoother." Everyone in the live stream was already completely gone. They vaguely felt like he had witnessed something extraordinary. The rockets even fired 10 rockets in a row. Believe the drone was in his hands. It will definitely stir up a storm in the drone community. Shen Jingyan was watching the live broadcast at the Research Institute. He was completely stunned. Motor, ecological simulation, unlimited battery life. No matter which one is taken individually, all of these are tremendous achievements. But it was just a young man. Such an easy application on a tiny drone. Shen Jindan's heart couldn't help but quicken. Originally, he was thinking of sending a message directly, ask where that rope came from, but now it seems there's a result. He had to meet this person in person. At this point, my live stream was coming to an end. After retrieving the drone, I successfully finished the stream. This is since the show began. The only smooth live stream was ever made. I happily shared today's live video. After a simple edit, it was published, just as she was about to put down her phone. But then I saw a recommendation pop up at the top of my phone. When I opened it, I was stunned. My video was actually reposted abroad by netizens, and it became a huge hit. But looking at the comments, I suddenly laughed in exasperation. A large number of beautiful Chinese people actually accused me of promoting violence, demanding I get out of the beautiful country. Damn, I'm not even in the beautiful country. How to roll? Shook my head. He immediately retreated. I put down my phone planning to go out for a walk. Kay had just stepped out the door. He found that the village road outside had actually turned into a snack street. There were more than a dozen stalls in total. I was so scared I pulled 1 foot back. No, this damn thing is in the suburbs. When did a snack street appear? Could it be that the historic site next to our village has become popular? But it shouldn't be like that either. The government has been promoting those historic sites for so many years. There was no splash at all. I shook my head. He didn't think much of it. Anyway, I won't need to order takeout anymore. It was quite satisfying. He then rushed impulsively toward the snack street. The boss comes to set the jianbing guozi. I want 2 egg sausage and pork tenderloin. Add some spicy strips. The boss nodded repeatedly. Start the action. But not to mention the shabby stall. The owner kept sneaking me a glance from time to time. It was baffling to me. Suddenly I realized this person looked somewhat familiar. Boss, have I met you before? No. I have a public face. Maybe you have someone around you who looks like me. Only then does it feel familiar. I didn't dwell on it too much. Holding the old pancakes, I ate them as I walked home. Saw me leave. Pancake owner breathed a sigh of relief. He was a newly interned officer at the police station. The other day, their captain Li Jianbin devised a plan. Let them set up stalls in the suburbs, staring at this kid. If there were any suspicious people, or report any trouble to superiors. If you perform well, you can be regularized. Wasn't the only one who came this time, including the cleaning lady and the gatekeeper at the bureau. All the intern police officers from the neighboring bureau were transferred over. Here I work as a snack stall owner. You could say the entire team was mobilized. The other side, the leader of a Middle Eastern theater command center, Hassan, looked furious. Now is not the time for the leader to complain. We need to quickly find a way to solve the weapons problem. Otherwise, we will be forced to surrender. Leader Hassan was furious. At that moment, a young team member suddenly rushed in. Leader Hassan, I found a solution to the weapon. Hearing this, Leader Hassan and Deputy General Karim, everyone's eyes lit up. He asked excitedly, what way? Team member handed the phone to the two of them. He opened a video and said, this Dragon Nation person is teaching us how to make weapons. The preparation method is very simple. We can produce it ourselves. The process is very detailed. The steps are also very simple. You just need to modify the materials. If the ammunition is real, it can be used on the battlefield. Paper to steel, glue to welding. It's very easy. I didn't expect these guys to be so action-packed. In less than 2 days, he ended up with dozens of simplified Gatling guns. It was much more practical than the handmade guns they made. I had no idea. Because of a few of my videos, the situation in the Middle East is quietly changing. Busy researching new things from the system. Through these recent live broadcasts, my hand-rubbing skills have improved another level. There are more and more new things to unlock. But these are just technical drawings. As long as I successfully hand-roll the finished product through the drawings, continuously improve the hand-rolled level. The system's technology rewards will also become increasingly generous and randomly drop big gift packs, like the previous ultra-strong and tough rope. I looked around. Focus on a big guy. Tank. To be honest, it has always been handmade little trinkets. Now I've unlocked such a big thing. The conversation made me itch with excitement. Overnight preparations for the timber began, preparing to give the fans a big surprise tomorrow. The next day I went live as usual. Don't wait for me to speak. The livestream netizens started making wishes. Can Yiji make a 9 dragons and staff? I can farm 5 ships. Yige make me a beast head. I'll brush you with Huasi. Don't argue. I want a robot. The live stream room was noisy and noisy. The live comments were exploding. I raised my hand and pressed down. Today we're not going to mess with those little gadgets. Let me make a big piece for you. What do you think of the tank? The live stream room fell silent for a moment. The next moment it was flooded with national treasures. After a while, only then did everyone gradually calm down. Wow. Do you know what you're talking about? I admit you're a bit tough, but the cow isn't bragged like that. That's a tank. Streamer, can you really build tanks? I wouldn't believe you dare to build one. Saying this, I quickly spoke up to correct him. Don't go off track. This is a handmade artwork, quite different from traditional tank building. We can't trouble Uncle with this. I've already prepared the materials today. Let's get started right now. Finish. I rolled up my sleeves ready to get started. Suddenly, he heard someone knocking on his front door. Hear this sound. I was a bit stressed, but looking at the time, even if they arrived, it wouldn't be that fast. Thinking so, I jogged over, opened the door. Outside, he saw a man in military uniform standing there, and a middle-aged man dressed casually. Behind these two stood an old acquaintance, Li Jianbin. I instinctively took a step back. Playing ball. Although it is not known what happened, but with this attitude, I felt the great grandma calling me. The viewers in the live stream instantly got excited. Both the military and the police have arrived. Streamer, it looks like you're going in again. That's a tank. Streamer, can you really build tanks? I wouldn't believe you dare to build one. You guys are really mean. I guess the streamer will be holding back all the bad things he's done before. They all recalled it once. Just as netizens have said, my life is a revolving lantern. After running 2 laps, he didn't realize he had done anything wrong. It's worth 2 forces joining forces to attack me. I swallowed hard. He spoke cautiously. That one, who are you looking for? Shen Jingyan saw this. He hurriedly said, Comrade Zuye, you don't have to be nervous. I am Shen Jingyan, Deputy Director of the Longguo Research Institute. This is Comrade Lu Peng who escorted me here. I wonder if I can go in and talk. I sleep with my lips pressed together. Quickly welcomed all 3 inside. Are you looking for me? Shen Jingyan stood in the courtyard and looked around. Saw my live stream phone and asked, is it convenient to close your current live stream? I nodded repeatedly. He walked up to the phone, looking at the shouting comments. He didn't even have time to explain, so he just turned off the live stream. Saying this, Shen Jingyan took a rope out of his handbag and said, I came here today specifically for this rope. If I guessed correctly, this rope must have been hand-twisted by you two, right? I hesitated for a moment, then nodded. Shen Jingyan let out a sigh of relief and smiled. That is true. Can you make this rope a bit thicker? Hearing this, I also breathed a long sigh of relief. It's for this matter. You said it earlier. I almost got scared out of my wits. Shen Jingyan saw this and looked delighted. Explained the purpose of this rope. I was left speechless. Carrier arresting cable. Uncle, you're not joking, are you? Before Shen Jingyan could answer, Li Jianbin said, Stinky boy. What nonsense. Could it be that Deputy Director Shen had come all this way here just to joke with you? I scratched my head. He said awkwardly, isn't this really surprising? That's right. You said you wanted thicker roots, right? The materials I made last time are still there. I'll get it for you right away. Shen Jingyan nodded excitedly repeatedly. He hadn't expected things to go so smoothly. He immediately promised. Okay. Good. The rope meets the standard. Neither the bonus nor the honor will be lacking. I waved my hand, he said indifferently. It's all a small thing, and tied a rope to wrap it up. Then I led Shen Jingyan and the others into the workspace. Take out the twisting machine and get ready to weave. Shen Jingyan hesitated for a moment. He asked in a low voice, little comrade, can I record a video? Of course. Just weaving a rope. It's not a secret. Besides, although this rope is a special weaving technique, but it's not difficult. But the materials really gave me a headache. Took almost a week to get it done. I was busy with my subordinates. He complained while muttering. He didn't feel anything was right at all. He was completely unaware. Shen Jingyan looked at me. It has gradually become popular. To me, the weaving process isn't particularly difficult. It's because Shen Jingyan demands a bit rougher. The weaving process is a bit slow. It didn't take long. 50-centimeter rope is woven together. Shen Jingyan said excitedly, holding the rope. Little comrade, thank you for your hard work. I'll take this rope back for testing first. I'll let you know when the data comes out. This time you really helped us a lot. Agatele. If you need any help from me, when the time comes, just say the word. Shen Jingyan carefully put away the rope. Then the topic shifted. The day I saw you live stream making a drone. I wonder if I can take a look. I don't understand. From the delivery box, he took out the drones that were about to be packed and sent away. I don't know what an ugly drone is. What's so good? Shen Jingyan examined the drone from all sides. Even Lu, who had been silent all along, came closer. After a moment, Shen Jingyan said, "Can you all achieve all the features you had yesterday?" Of course. But after saying that, he touched his nose again. He said awkwardly, "It's just that my current level isn't good enough. There are still some more powerful features that cannot be realized. I originally planned to build a perception module. This enables automatic avoidance and route planning, ability to judge goals, and other abilities. If you had a micro attack module, that would be even more perfect." Finish. I shook my head regretfully. What a pity. Shen Jingyan and Lu stood nearby. They were already dumbfounded. Lu's gaze toward me kept changing. Such talents. Have to find a way to get it to the military headquarters. Shen Jingyan meanwhile stared intently at the drone. Thinking of this, Shen Jingyan said excitedly, "The drone's appearance was rough, but inside there is an infrared module for operation. The working principle of wireless battery life is also a treasure. If these bionic drones were used on the battlefield, it is definitely an existence that can change the course of war." Hearing this, my heart skipped a beat. Applied on the battlefield, the implication was that the items had to be handed over again. Thinking of this, I quickly spoke up. "The leader's thing was custom made by the top leader. You can't take it away." Shen Jingyan stepped forward, patted me on the shoulder. "Little comrade, we'll handle you from the netizens' side. The value of this thing is far more than just those rocket gifts." I thought about it. He waved his hand and said, "No way. This item had indeed already been promised to the client. If you are interested, I'll give you the blueprints. Take one yourselves." He turned and went back inside. He pulled out a stack of detailed engineering drawings from the drawer. There are many more ideas inside. It's all things I want to do but don't yet have the ability to succeed. Shen Jingyan took the blueprint and opened it. I saw the complex mechanical diagrams drawn above. Her breathing grew rapid. Final drones had no spiral slurry. Only biomimetic wings flapped. Compared to this blueprint, previous drones were child's play. He looked up. He spoke tremblingly. "This drawing was designed by you." "I guess so. This blueprint is basically an upgraded and enhanced version. But my situation is a bit weaker right now. There is a lot of material control. I can't buy it. Your materials are abundant. It should be built quickly. Comrade Zuye, this drawing is extremely important. I represent the Institute and the military. I sincerely thank you. Don't worry, we won't take this for free. There will be no less point to be given to you." This sudden tribute. I was somewhat flattered. "It's okay. Just make it and let me see." Shen Jingyan didn't dwell on this matter any further. Now, no matter how much he says, it's just empty promises. Once the product is ready, the higher-ups also don't treat such talents unfairly. So he put the documents into his bag. "I'm going back to do the tests now. Waiting for the data to come out. I'll be the first to inform you." Finish. He hurriedly got into the military jeep at the door and left. Rushing back to do the tests, Shen Jingyan spoke on the carriage. He stroked the blueprint, his expression grave. "Lu Tseng, after you go back." He immediately arranged for someone to secretly protect Suyi's safety. "I'll go report to my superiors right away."